The Italian chemise is known as a camicia. It was a shift, smock, or an undershirt that was worn next to the skin. Historically, the chemise was made out of fine linen. However, for a cheaper historical reenactment alternative, muslin can be used. By wearing the camicia next to the skin, the fabric was able to absorb body oils and sweat in order to protect the costly finer fabrics worn over top of the chemise. Often, a chemise was simply or elaborately embroidered with embroidery, such as blackwork. Lace trim became popular at the end of the 16th century. Popular consensus is that the camicia was mid-calf length. My more recently made Elizabethan shifts were made either knee length, as I found that having a full-length shift under a hoop skirt made going upstairs quite difficult without tripping. A similar reason such as this might be why Italian chemises were most likely mid-calf length. However, I have made chemises to be ankle length for various reasons, such as for looks or for warmth. A basic chemise can be made from 4 large pieces of fabric. Here are the dimensions of my ankle length chemise. Please feel free to alter the length as necessary depending on your height and if mid-calf length is preferred. Just don't make it so long that you trip over it. First, pre-wash your fabric. Next, fold your fabric over and then fold it over again. Place your measurements on the fabric, or in this case, I have created a paper pattern for my own use, and cut out the fabric. After the fabric has been cut out, then you want to sew the seams attaching the sleeves to the front and back of the body. Next, attach the single wide bias tape to the neckline with the beginning and end of the bias tape directly centered on the front of the chemise. This is where the ribbon drawstring will be fed through later. Next, hem the cuffs. If you would like to create a ruffled look at the end of the cuffs, single fold bias tape on the underneath side of the sleeves, just above the hem of the cuffs, maybe about ½ an inch above. Next, pin up the sides to prepare for sewing. For a simple but completely historically inaccurate gathering of the cuffs, feed elastic through the single fold bias tape channel. Sew the elastic into the seam while sewing up the 2 sides. However, for a more historically accurate look, leave space between where the bias tape ends and where the side seam will be. Later, when the chemise is complete, feed the ribbon through the bias tape channels to gather the sleeves. Finally, sew up the bottom of the hem of the chemise. Once the ribbon has been fed through the bias tape channel around the neck, then your chemise is ready to be worn. Just a side note, if you use muslin for your chemise, you most likely won't have to worry about the fabric fraying during wear or washing. However, if you use linen, make sure to roll over and stitch all of the inside seams in to prevent fraying. Thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. press the button below to subscribe and click on either of the videos on the left to watch more of my videos. Thank you for watching.